Welcome to What's That About podcast, investigative journalism on trending topics with an urban perspective. We also cover some topics that aren't trending if they need to be addressed. Today, we are talking about Instagram and Facebook linked to depression and suicide. Is it really that serious? Stay tuned and find out, and be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And remember, I'm not only your host, I'm also your brother. I am Brother Nice. So we're talking about Instagram and Facebook being linked to depression and suicide. Now, before I go any further in this video, let me apologize to anyone that has ever came to me and told me that they were depressed. Because I probably dismissed it and just shrugged it off because I didn't even know what depression was. Coming up in the black community, if I would have ever went to my parents and told them I'm depressed, they'd have looked at me like, oh yeah. Then they would have brought out the mortgage, the light bill, the gas bill, car insurance, the food bill, and any other expense. And be like, look at these bills. Now you talking to me about depression, go sit down somewhere. So come up in the black community, I feel like we never really had time to deal with depression or any mental health issues because we was too busy just trying to survive. And if you'd went to someone and told them that you feeling depressed, they looked at you like you weak. And you know, we had this popular saying, we still have it, saying man up. You know, so a lot of us, I believe, just suppressed those feelings and just kept them inside. Now, when you add social media to that, I could kind of understand how social media could get some people depressed. I know even for myself, when I see videos of police brutality and I see black people getting beat and violated, I can't even watch the whole video because it will lower my whole vibration and just mess my whole day up because I'll have that image replaying in my head the whole day. But from the research I'm doing, people are depressed not because of videos of police brutality. I believe people are becoming depressed because they're comparing their lifestyles to what they see on social media. You know, when women look at these women that are getting all this surgery done on their bodies, now these other women are starting to feel fat and less attractive. And then, you know, for the guys, I feel like, you know, they're comparing their lifestyles to athletes and entertainers and what they display on Instagram. And now they're starting to feel like they're not doing as well in life. Now, Facebook has already had this data as far as how toxic social media can be. And I believe they said it was the most toxic for 14-year-old girls. They had this data, yet they kept this data from coming out. But the Wall Street Journal did an investigation, so, you know, Facebook had to come out and, you know, admit to it. And now they're talking about things they're doing to correct it. Now, that's one thing I want to big up Charlemagne from the Breakfast Club for doing. He focuses on mental health. He talks about him going to therapy every week and how much that has helped him. So now I feel like other people are starting to say, you know what, it's okay. It's okay to get help. It's okay to admit that you need help. And I feel like that has helped a lot of people. Now, Kevin Gates, for anyone who doesn't know who Kevin Gates is, you know, he's a rapper from Louisiana. And when he came out and said he had to delete his Instagram because it was making him depressed, at first I didn't understand what he was talking about because I'm like, you know, he's a successful rapper. He's been in the game for a minute. He has hit records. He's making money. And I'm like, wow, I would have never thought that Instagram could make him depressed. So it started making me think, well, if it can make him depressed and he's already successful, imagine a person that's just working a regular 9 to 5 and how depressed they can become. So let me play this small clip from Kevin Gates talking about this, and then I'll continue.
I took a break from social media because it was causing me it was really like causing depression.
Why depression?
Because comparison is the killer of all joy. When you look at, I was looking at, for me, I can't say nobody else. Y'all might be way stronger than me. You know what I'm saying? But me, I'm a normal person. I never see myself in my greatness. But all people do is post their highlight reels. And I'm comparing my real life to somebody's highlight reel.
Shout out to Gillian Wallow, $1 million worth of game. One of these days, I'm going to do a whole video just on Wallow alone. I think he's such a success story, and he's really a great motivator. But yeah, that was Kevin Gates talking about taking a break from social media because it had him depressed. Now, I thought that was shocking because if you listen to Kevin Gates' music, you know he talked that ish. And every song, he riding and sliding. So you would think he too gangster to be affected by what he might see or hear on social media, but it even got to him. Now, people, let me say this to you. If you're comparing your life to what you see on social media, please stop it. because these people are only going to show you what they want you to see. You have no idea what they might be going through behind closed doors. So yeah, they might have a mansion, they might have cars, jewelry, whatever. Your life might already be actually better than theirs. You don't know. Now let's go back and listen to some other celebrities talk about depression.
I have literally been at the lowest point that a human being could be. I have literally wanted to and attempted to take my own life. I wanted to not be here anymore. And I have millions of followers and I have all the streams, I got whatever. It doesn't solve your problems. Like, it does not make things go away. And if you struggle in any type of way, like, it's only going to amplify it, and it's only going to put a magnifying glass over everything.
But I feel like the way that I have money kind of took away a lot of my happiness.
I struggle with depression and anxiety. I noticed the mood swings. Like, you know, one day I'd be up and the next day I'd be down. Feeling like I don't want to go out in public. Almost agoraphobic. Like, too much to deal with. Feeling really awkward in my skin. Feeling out of sorts, you know. And just down. Like Debbie Downer. Like a dark cloud.
When those things came, the happiness wasn't there, and I realized why that was. There was such an attempt to achieve these things and to keep going that you lose sight of the people and the blessings that you have around you. You're so focused on the next success, the next step in your career.
I found that with depression, one of the most important things you could realize is that you're not alone. You're not the first to go through it. You're not going to be the last to go through it. And oftentimes it happens. You feel like you're alone, and you feel like it's only you, and you're in your bubble. And I wish I had someone at that time who could just pull me aside and, hey, it's going to be okay. It'll be okay. So I wish I knew that.
I think it's important for us to have conversations about, you know, open conversations about mental health, especially with me being black, because we never had therapists in the black community.
Wow. Let's give credit to those celebrities for being honest and forthcoming and basically being vulnerable and putting some of their business out there. You know, it's crazy because when we look at most celebs, they look so happy. They look like they have it all. I mean, you know, we know they got money, they got fame, but once that camera goes off, we have no idea what they're going through in their own mind and behind closed doors. This is why I tell you, be careful of comparing your life to what you see on TV and the internet. You may very well be happier than a lot of people who have way more money than you. Money does not always guarantee happiness. And speaking of money, let's hear from the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, worth $219 billion. Damn, Tesla ran the bag up. And Elon, you owe me a couple dollars for that damn Dogecoin, but you know, we're gonna talk about that another time. Anyway, let's hear from Elon Musk as he talks about why he is not on Instagram.
Before this, about just not having Instagram on your phone and not dealing with it, you feel better.
Yes, I think that one of the issues with social media that's been pointed out by many people is that I think maybe particularly Instagram, people look like they have a much better life than they really do.
Right.
So
by design.
Yeah, people are posting pictures of when they're really happy. They're modifying those pictures to be better looking. Even if they're not modifying the pictures, they're at least selecting the pictures for the best lighting, the best angle. So people basically seem they're way better looking than they basically really are.
Right.
And they're way happier seeming than they really are. So if you look at everyone on Instagram, you might think, man, there are all these happy, beautiful people, and I'm not that good looking, and I'm not happy. So I must suck, you know, and that's gonna make you feel sad. So when in fact, those people you think are super happy, actually not that happy. Some of them are really depressed. They're very sad. Some of the happiest seeming people, actually some of the saddest people in reality. And nobody looks good all the time. It doesn't matter who you are.
No. It's not even something you should want. Why do you want to look great all the time?
Yeah, exactly. So I think things like that can make people quite sad.
Well,
just by comparison, because you just sort of people generally think of themselves relative to others. We are constantly re-baselining our expectations.
Now, before I go any further, let me say this. This video is not about bashing social media, so I don't want anyone to get it twisted. In fact, I love social media. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest. I love them all because I think all of them are dope marketing tools. Think about this. You have corporations that spend millions of dollars a year to market. Yet me and you can go on social media and market for free. And if our content is good enough, other people will market it for us for free by reposting and sharing our content. Another reason why I love social media is because I love to laugh. Laughter is the best medicine for the heart. So when I go on Instagram, I know exactly what pages to go to get my laughs. So if you ever feeling depressed, or if you ever having a down day or a bad day, I promise you, if you go on one of these 4 pages right here, you're going to find something to laugh at. And that's at Desi Banks, at Haha Davis, at Just Hilarious, and my man at Tony Baker. If you go on one of these 4 pages, you're going to find something to laugh at. And remember, it's hard to be depressed when you're laughing. Now let's talk about cyberbullying for a minute, because cyberbullying is something that I didn't even know anything about until I started to do research for this video. So cyberbullying is when someone goes on the internet and they go on a person's page and they leave a hateful comment. Now, because of this, they're saying that adolescents are having suicidal thoughts because of the cyberbullying. So people of all ages, let me say this to you: misery loves company. So the next time a person leaves a hateful comment on your page, you got to ask yourself, what is that person going through that they would take time out their day to give you the attention just to leave you some hate? And after that, you got to shake it off and keep it moving. Don't reply and go back and forth. They're going to lower your vibration. I was once told that if you don't want to be criticized, if you don't want to receive criticism at all, just do nothing. Meaning that whatever you do, somebody's going to have some criticism for it. Now, entrepreneurs, let me say this to you. Speaking of criticism, we have to distinguish the difference between constructive criticism and hate. Because sometimes it's constructive criticism, it's not hate. If you have a product or a service and you're marketing on social media and somebody leaves a comment like, hey, I think you should do it this way, it might be better. Or hey, I think you should get with this person, they might be able to help you. That can be constructive criticism, not hate. We have to know the difference. And we should all welcome constructive criticism, because that's what's going to make us better and grow. Even myself, when I started this podcast and I would call my family up, and you know, my cousin Sharita, my cousin Will, I'd be like, yo, what did y'all think? How'd I do? They was brutally honest. They did not hold back. They was like, oh, you look stiff. Oh, you too close to the mic. Oh, you look like you reading. And when I went back and watched the videos and compared it to the comments that they were saying, they was right. And that constructive criticism is what's making me a better podcaster. So we need that to grow. You know, you have to distinguish the difference between constructive criticism and hate. Now, when people ask me, they say, nice, why are you always so happy? I'll tell them it's because I'm single. Now, I'm playing. Shout out to everyone out there that's in a loving, committed relationship. Hook me up. But seriously, when people ask me, you know, when they come up to me and say, nice, why are you always so happy? I tell them it's because of God. My source of happiness is God, and it can be the same for you. I have a constant conversation in my head with God all day. And being that God is inside of you, you could talk to God anywhere, anytime. You don't have to go in a building like a church or a masjid or a synagogue. You can speak to God right now, wherever you at. Just sit still, close your eyes, and have that conversation. And when you talk to God, it's some of the best conversations ever. And whenever you get done with that conversation, you're going to feel better about yourself. I promise you that. Now, to anyone out there that's depressed or going through something, get help. I mean, there's more than enough services. You just have to reach out. Don't worry about what someone might say about you, or if you're looking weak or feeling weak. We would rather you get help now instead of you keeping that in and it comes out in the wrong way at the wrong time. Hey, I hope this video here helps someone. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And remember, I'm not only your host, I'm also your brother. I am Brother Nice.